welcome to this week's episode of Coast News. And as always, got some amazing news from different theme parks, rides, attractions and events all over the world. So let's get straight into the news today. Our top story for tonight: Merlin Entertainments have officially announced a partnership with Mojang Studios to build Minecraft-themed experiences at theme parks in the UK and the United States. And I'm actually really excited for this. This has been speculated for a number of months now, and it's finally been confirmed that we're getting brand new theme park experiences based on the game Minecraft. Now, if you know what I'm talking about, basically the other day, Merlin Entertainments, like I've just said, they officially announced a partnership with Mojang Studios to bring theme park experiences based on the game Minecraft that in the UK and the USA. Now we don't know any official details on what these could be, other than they're expected to open within 2026 and 2027. Now the USA one, we have absolutely no idea what could be going to the United States that's based on Minecraft. The only actual theme park experiences that Merlin have over there, I believe, mainly are Legoland parks. So maybe it could be Lego Minecraft, I don't know. But the UK, we pretty much have all but confirmed details about what could be the Minecraft themed attractions based in the UK. Now, if you know from a few months ago, Chessington World of Adventures submitted a plan application to completely transform the whole Wild Asia themed land, which would involve getting rid of Monkey Swinger, getting rid of all the buildings on the left side of that area, moving Cobra a bit further into the back end of the area, and permanently removing the glamping accommodation. And they were replacing basically the whole left side of Wild Asia with a brand new indoor roller coaster. And now we don't know what this ride is going to be, but it's very much expected to be an intimate, multi-dimensional coaster, a bit like Uncharted at Ventura, which opens last year. And yeah, when Merlin officially announced that they were building Minecraft-themed experiences at theme parks, the first concept image that came up looked pretty much almost identical in terms of like size and scale to the entrance portal for Wild Asia. Not to mention, recently the full plan application for Project Refresh and Renew, which is the whole plan for Wild Asia at Chessington, was submitted, and all the details of like the lands, like the facade of the building for the roller coaster, look very much like cubic in like form and structure. So this is pretty much an almost near confirmation that that's going to be a brand new Minecraft themed land at Chessington. And yeah, it's absolutely amazing, and it's expected to open, I believe, in 2026 at the earliest, or 27, who knows, but I'm honestly looking forward to this brand new themed land at Chessington. In other news today, Rapterra has officially begun testing at King's Dominion. And now this ride is going to be crazy when it opens, for many reasons. But if you don't know what I'm talking about, basically, Rapterra is a brand new B&M launched wing coaster that is expected to open at King's Dominion in Doswell in Virginia in 2025. It is stated to be, I believe it's North America's tallest and longest launched wing coaster. I believe that's what they said anyway. And yeah, this ride looks crazy. I'm glad that B&M are also starting to build more launch coasters as well, because up until recently, I think only until about a couple of years ago, B&M had only ever built two launch coasters. The Incredible Hulk at Universal's Islands of Adventure, which is a sit-down coaster but has a drive-tire launch, and Thunderbird at Holiday World, which is actually the first ever launched wing coaster. And since then they've built other different attractions like Pipeline at SeaWorld, Mandrill Mayhem here at Chessington in the UK, Decepticoaster at Universal Beijing, which is a clone of the Incredible Hulk. Now they're building Rapterra, which a brand new roller coaster at King's Dominion, which, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe this new attraction is actually replacing the original Volcano the Blast Coaster. Now, Volcano the Blast Coaster was a inverted launch coaster that operated from 1998 until 2018. It was one of the most popular rides at the park, and when it closed, it's a bit like King the Car recently at Six Flags. It closed without any sort of prior announcement or final ride ceremony or anything like that. It just closed. Closed permanently, and they announced it after it had its final operations. They demolished it back in 2019, and that's basically just been completely empty since. So now they've built a brand new wing coaster on the space, which looks amazing. And it had its first test run the other day. Now, in terms of like the actual test footage itself, it does look rather slow going over some of those elements. But I suppose that's to be expected with it being literally its very first test run. Because you see, when they're actually building these sort of rides, they're not 100% sure how the train will respond going over each element. So they've got to sort of play it safe. After they've tested it a few times at a slower speed, then they test it at the full speed of the ride, which I believe is about 60 odd miles an hour. And yeah, that will continue to test up until it reopens, and up until it fully opens, sorry, at some point next season. And yeah, progress is really starting to go up with Rapterra at King's Dominion. It should start testing more frequently when it started testing yesterday. So I cannot wait for this brand new B&M launch wing coaster to open next season at King's Dominion. Also in the news today, and this is actually some rather sad news that I'm honestly devastated about, and a lot of people are. Muppet Vision 3D at Disney's Hollywood Studios is going to permanently close to make way for the brand new Monsters Inc. roller coaster. Now, everyone had pretty much been dreading this ever since D23 when they announced the brand new Monsters Inc. roller coaster going to Disney's Hollywood Studios. But if you don't know what I'm talking about, basically, Muppet Vision 3D is a 4D show located at Disney's Hollywood Studios at Walt Disney World in Florida. It is probably one of the oldest operating attractions at the park and one of the most fan favourite and beloved attractions at the whole Walt Disney World resort. And I remember doing this as recently as last time when I visited back in 2019. It is honestly a really fun and amazing show. Like, honestly, I don't think I've ever done, like, that's probably one of the best 4D shows I've done. Like, it is such a cool little show. And yeah, it's been operating for many, many years, and it's also one of the last like projects that Jim Henson worked on. Now, Jim Henson was the original creator of the Muppets, and Muppet Vision 3D was one of the last Muppet projects that he worked on. So it also has quite a large legacy as well. And earlier this year at D23, as part of basically just a bunch of new ride attraction announcements for all the parks across the globe, they also announced a brand new Monsters Inc. themed land, which would include a brand new suspended roller coaster themed around the movie. And so many people were worrying, where's this going to go? Because nobody knew where it was going to go. And there were a lot of people worrying that it was going to replace Muppet Vision 3D. And literally, quite recently, like very, very recently, in fact moments ago at the time I'm filming this, they officially confirmed that the whole Monsters Inc. themed area and roller coaster is going to replace Muppet Vision 3D and that whole area that it's in, which is absolutely devastating. But it's not all bad news, because they've said that that Muppet Vision is going to continue to live on in another attraction, because, and this, I find this so bizarre, they're going to, basically, the Muppets, and this is what Disney have said, is going to take over Rock and Roller Coaster. So they're going to retheme Rock and Roller Coaster to the Muppets, which actually sounds very strange, but at least Muppet Vision is living on in some form, even if it's retheming another roller coaster in the park to keep that attraction alive. So at least it's not going forever in a way. I don't know. But yeah, it's sad that the original show is closing down. And while I'm looking forward to this Monsters Inc. roller coaster, it is still sad that an iconic attraction at Hollywood Studios is closing. But at least it sort of lives on in Rock and Roller Coaster. And finally in the news today, Project Ocean at Alton Towers has now been confirmed to be a Huss suspended topspin. And this is one of their worst kept secrets. And I say that a lot, but yeah, after months of speculation, Project Ocean, the new flat ride that's being built in Forbidden Valley that's scheduled to open next season at Alton Towers, it's been speculated for months to be a suspended topspin. So it's a new generation topspin from Huss rides. Now, if you don't know like all the history of the rides, or more the area that the rides are being built in, from 1997 until 2015, the site where Project Ocean is being built right now was home to Ripsaw, which was a classic. It wasn't the original version of the Huss topspin, but it was the more traditional model where it wasn't like a suspended one, so it had like the floor underneath the seating, and both seats were facing forwards. That ride closed in 2015 and got removed permanently from the park. Now, they're not bringing that original ride back to Alton Towers and refurbishing it because that was scrapped years ago. This is a brand new model from Huss. So what's different about this one is that it is completely, like, there's no floor. Like, literally, when you sat down, there's no floor at all. And also, the two rows that it has are both facing opposite directions of each other. And it's also a newer model version of it as well. So if you've been on, like, I don't know, Talakan of Phantasialand, it's like that. It's essentially like that. And now they're building it, literally, other day, literally a few days ago, the ride parts actually arrived for Project Ocean. And it was on the day where the entire country was drenched in snow. So the actual, like, the arms and the gondola for it and everything, all the ride parts, were covered in snow. But literally early today, it was found by Towers Times that the two arm structures for the ride have now been set up. So all that's remaining is the center weight, the gondola, and the central, I don't know what it's called, the bit that goes in the middle where the arms spin. The weights on both ends and the gondola that have got to go on left. The two main arm structures are now in, which is actually amazing. That's actually gone up pretty quickly, actually, but I suppose that's expected because it's not like a roller coaster where it takes pretty much half a year to actually fully build. It's only a little flat ride, only consisting of maybe a handful of actual physical parts. So it shouldn't be long until Project Ocean is fully constructed, and after that they've got all the testing to do and all the theming to install. But yeah, I'm actually really looking forward to experiencing Project Ocean when it opens next year. So that is it for this week's episode of Coaster News. I hope you've enjoyed it, and if you did, then please make sure to like and subscribe, and comment what you would like to see in the next video. Goodbye.